Okay, this is file 2 for topic 4. All right, let me continue. Okay. Um, the one that the menu that we had in our practical class is a table dot menu, kan? Masih ingat? So there are only 4 sequence. Remember kita ada 4 sequence saja. For sequence pun it takes us about 2.5 hours. Lama kan? Kita start with our appetizer, then soup, kemudian main course, and then last one is dessert and coffee and tea. Kan? But in the classic menu sequence, there are 17. Can you imagine ada 17 sequence? 17 turutan lah. Maksudnya all these will be served course by course, one by one. Alright, but for Greek punya, they believe that food must not be overpowered by the previous course. Cold food served before warm, light before heavy, climax and at the main course, and relaxing to lighter after the main course. So here it is. The first one is the category of appetizer lah. Macam mana mau sebut ni? How to pronounce this? Hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvre. So the first sequence is the hors d'oeuvre, followed by the soup. Soup is potage. Potage, and then the egg dish. Egg dish is enough. How to pronounce enough? Pasta and rice. Pasta ataupun dikenali sebagai Ferinook. Ferinook ni is all the starchy food lah, kanji ya. Pasta and rice, Ferinook kanji lah, starchy items. Lepas tu baru fish, poison, baru entree. Lepas entree ni adalah sorbet ataupun sorbet ataupun sorbet. Followed by releve. Lepas tu roast. Lepas tu legumes. After that is salad. Buffet fruit. Kemudian ada what do you call it? Homage kan saya cakap. And then it's cheese type. Kemudian ada on premise. And then ada fruit dessert. Lastly is the beverage. Potage ataupun potage ni is a thick soup. Sup yang apa nama dia, thick. Sup yang pekat lah. Okay, let us go one by one. Hors d'oeuvre ni is the appetizer. Appetizer is a small savory served at the beginning of a meal meant to stimulate your appetite. Pembuka selera lah orang cakap. It can be cold appetizer, hot appetizer. Itu contoh-contoh appetizer lah. Potage is the soup, thick soup. Can be clear soup, consomme, example consomme. Thick soup, example cream base. Thick soup ni cream. Contohnya macam mushroom soup. Okay. So now is the enough. Enough is the egg punya kategori dishes. The dish made from eggs. Ferinook Terenook or pasta or rice. This refers to the starchy items, starchy dishes. Uh, okay, poison is the fish items, consists of fish dishes. Kemudian ada entree. Entree is um, normally dia punya portion ni is generally small. Um, kemudian kita ada sorbet. Sorbet pula adalah they start to orang bilang kita start to lighten down the meal sudah. Sorbet macam ice cream. Releve to the main roast or other larger joints of meat. Releve. This is another main course. Kan tadi dia bilang from light to heavy kan. Light is the fish and then heavy is the meat. Releve. Okay, lepas tu kita ada roti, roast item, roasted game. Roasted game ni bukan game roasted ni game ni hasil buruan ataupun poultry dishes. Legumes is the vegetable. Legumes. And then we have salad. Tengok dia daripada heavy, dia go down to light balik kan. So buffet fruit. Call buffet lah. Contoh macam platter lah. Normally dia lebih kepada platter of salad and dressing. And then we have fromage. Fromage is types of cheese. And then lastly is the followed by fruit. Kemudian baru fruit start from fromage, fruit and entremets ni sampai savory ni. These are all apa nama dia? Dessert sudah, okay? Alright. Faham? Okay. Entremets ni is more to sweet dessert like pudding, cold pudding. Savory ataupun savory is a simple savories. This is normally okay, savory ni normally dia apa nama dia, spice, dia full with apa nama dia, dia quite spicy lah. For example, chicken pie, kan? So last one is the beverages. You notice beverages ni is coffee and tea lah. So if you notice out of these 17 dishes, we actually shortcut lah, doing a shortcut, we actually omit a few. Kita ambil 4 saja for in our class. Contohnya the first one is hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvre is the appetizer. As appetizer we go for soup, okay, and then we skip all these right until we sampai pergi number 9, roast. Roast items ataupun kita sampai ke ke fish. Yang lain kita omit lah, kita withdraw them from the list. So that is why we only take 4 lah out of the 17. Hors d'oeuvre, soup. Hors d'oeuvre is the appetizer, soup, and then we go for roast, and right after that we take this one, the fruit or dessert, ataupun sometimes we we combine 2 or 3 in one plate, sweet savory fruits ni in one plate, and then last one is the beverages. So there are 4 sequence in our class that we practice. All right. So let us continue with classes of menu. I believe that everyone knows this. This is not a new term for you. Table dot menu. Remember table dot? What is table dot? Table dot is a sequence of menu, and the price charge is only one price. So you take all menu and you will be charged at one price. A la carte menu is the individually priced menu, list of menu, and then they will be charged individually. Unlike table dot we combine everything and we come out with one single price. Appetizer, soup, main course, dessert. If every one of them cost you 40 ringgit, 10 ringgit, then you have a total of 40 ringgit for table dot. For a la carte, if you only take soup, then one portion of soup, then you will only be charged 10 ringgit. So prefix menu is predetermined menu. So this is the explanation just now. You can read on your own. I just simplify them. You have a la carte. This is example of a la carte, and this is the example of prefix menu. Prefix menu is similar to um, apa? Uh, this one, table dot. Hmm? Table dot. Similar to table dot, tapi kalau yang prefix menu ni, like for example, Chinese set, kan? Atau Chinese set. Banyak-banyak menu situ, then you will be charged per table, for example. So that is prefix menu, and then menu degustations is referring to the chef best dishes menu. Uh, the chef punya menu yang paling special lah. So that is what we call as menu degustations. Testing menu orang bilang. It's a few numbers of menu combined together. All right. So what is the influence on the menu? Okay, influence. I think this one you can go on your own. Apa yang buatkan kita terpengaruh dengan menu ni? Apa yang membuatkan menu tu di develop? Because of the healthy and eating habit. Kenapa? Apa beza Burger King dengan burger McDonald? Burger King burgers are found to be more healthy if compared to McDonald's burger. So apa yang membuatkan Burger King come out with their own menu because of the health reason. Okay, another influence on the menu is because of the dietary requirements. Sebab ada orang yang allergic, ada orang allergic dengan peanuts, kan? Kacang-kacang dia tak boleh makan, so that is why some restaurant they exclude peanuts punya menu in their food offering. Alright, so another factor is because of the cultural and religious influence. Culture, contohnya di mana ni, Plaza Shell tu. Plaza Shell tu dia ada Kadazan Dusun punya restoran kan, I don't remember the name. So they serve only cultural punya food. So that is another influence on the menu. And then vegetarianism. This is another reason